Elena Ryder's chains rattled as the armored van stopped in front of Stonewall Prison. The guards dragged her out into the gray morning. The air was heavy with rain and rust. She was the only woman ever sent to Stonewall, a prison built for men. No one explained why. Inside, she kept her eyes forward. Hundreds of inmates stared as she passed. Some shouted, some laughed, others just watched. She didn't flinch. Elena had been a soldier before. She was accused of killing a government officer during a protest. She knew what fear smelled like, and she refused to show it. Warden Grayson met her in the intake hall. His scarred face and cold gray eyes gave nothing away. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his voice low and sharp. "I didn't choose it," she answered. He smirked. "Then survive it." He assigned her to cell C12, across from a man named Marcus Hale, a quiet inmate who had spent 8 years inside. Marcus was tall, built like a fighter, with a calmness that didn't match the chaos of the block. He watched her with curiosity but said nothing that first night. The cell was small and damp. The sound of metal doors slamming echoed through her bones. When the lights went out, Elena sat on her bunk and thought of freedom. She had one goal: prove her innocence and get out. Morning brought noise and tension. In the mess hall, a group of inmates blocked her path. Their leader, Kane, shoved her tray to the floor. The room went silent. Elena stared at the spilled food, then at him. "Pick it up," he sneered. Instead, she moved fast, elbow to his ribs, knee to his face, a kick that sent him sprawling. The hall erupted. Guards stormed in. Elena dodged one baton but caught another across her back. Pain shot through her, but she stayed standing. Warden Grayson appeared, his voice cutting through the noise. "Enough, solitary!" They dragged her to the isolation block and locked her in the dark. For 2 days, she didn't speak. On the third day, the slot in her door opened. Marcus's voice came through. "You fight like you mean it." "I fight to stay alive," she said. He paused. "Maybe we can help each other." When she was released, Marcus found her in the yard. He told her about a rumor, a secret tunnel beneath. The laundry room from when the prison was built decades ago. Few knew if it still existed, but he also knew something darker. The warden was connected to the same officials who had framed her. That night, Elena watched Grayson through the bars of the corridor. He spoke with a guard, exchanged an envelope, and mentioned her name. Her anger turned to purpose. Over the next week, she and Marcus gathered scraps, broken metal, rope fibers, and an old map Marcus had hidden for years. They trained together in the exercise yard, using the fights as cover to communicate without suspicion. One evening, Grayson called her to his office. "You're a problem, Ryder," he said. "I tend to be," she replied. He leaned closer. "You think I don't know you're planning something? I built this place. You'll die before you leave it." Elena didn't answer, but she saw the fear behind his confidence. He knew she was dangerous in a way he couldn't control. 3 days later, chaos erupted. A fire started in the kitchen. Smoke filled the halls. The sirens wailed. Elena looked across the yard and saw Marcus waiting near the laundry block. Now or never. She ran through the smoke, ducking under swinging batons, blocking a guard's strike with a steel tray, countering with a punch that shattered his nose. The prison became a storm of fists, fire, and shouting. In the laundry room, Marcus pried open the floor grates. Beneath, a tunnel gaped, black and silent. They dropped inside. The air was cold and wet. They followed the tunnel for what felt like miles until a metal gate stopped them. Elena pressed her ear to it. Footsteps echoed behind them. Grayson's voice boomed through the tunnel. "You really thought you could outsmart me?" He fired a shot. The bullet scraped the wall near Elena's head. She and Marcus ducked. Marcus charged forward, slamming into Grayson as he entered. The gun flew into the darkness. Elena dove for it, slid across the damp floor, and grabbed it just as Grayson struck Marcus with his baton. "End it, Ryder," Grayson shouted. "You don't have the nerve." Elena raised the gun. Her hand trembled. She remembered every moment of injustice, the false trial, the humiliation, the cage. Then she aimed higher and shot the tunnel lights, plunging them into darkness. In the confusion, Marcus tackled Grayson. The fight was brutal. Fists, elbows, the sound of bones cracking. When silence finally came, Grayson lay unconscious. They moved quickly, breaking the gate and crawling, through until the tunnel opened into the forest behind the prison. Rain poured from the black sky. For the first time in months, Elena felt real air. Marcus looked at her. "You're free," She shook her head. Not yet. I'm going back. What? Why? To finish what they started. The next morning, the news spread across every channel. Warden Grayson arrested for corruption. Evidence leaked from an anonymous source. The same day, an unmarked envelope arrived at the federal courthouse, filled with documents and recordings from Stonewall's secret operations. No one knew who sent them. A week later, a woman in a gray hood stood at a bus stop outside the city. She had a small scar on her wrist and a faint smile on her face. Marcus's old dog tag hung from her neck. The bus pulled away, carrying Elena Ryder toward a new name and a new life. But deep in the distance, Stonewall Prison still stood, its walls silent, its tunnels empty, its secrets buried, and somewhere inside, Warden Grayson waited for revenge.